So traders, right now, the market is still on a screaming move to the upside. Yes, I called it wrong. I thought we would get the pullback soon, but the big danger about what's happening in the markets right now is that when this market does turn, it's going to turn sharp and violent. And what's likely to happen is that when we start to turn around and when we start to get that drop in the markets, guess what? It's gonna, like, one day is probably gonna wipe out. We're talking about probably a week in the market. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please do not be entering the building, right? Because the building is about to collapse on you. Now, I know. For the last probably week, I've been saying we're probably gonna get ready for a pullback, and I know I got it wrong. But guess what? That's what the market does to you, right? Guess what the market's doing right now? The market's going up, the market's going up, the market's going up, and the fear and the greed in this market right now is indeed absolutely on fire right now, right? And at the FOMO. Now, I know probably for a lot of you guys right now, you're starting to get that FOMO, right? It's like, oh my goodness, I'm missing out. The market's going to go, right? And you're starting to get a lot of greed. There's a lot of that FOMO starting to kick into place. Trust me, I understand. There's a lot of moves that I've missed out on as well too. But as you know, right? As a trader, we need to stop ourselves and say, no, I'm not entering the markets right now. I'm not doing that. I'm not touchy that, right? And that's what the market's doing right now. So the whole purpose of this video is to give you a bit of a market update across all markets today and to share with you why that it's still very, 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 very dangerous trying to capture this move here and trying to get in even the last week, that even though this market may still have a little bit more upside to come, that when it does turn, we are likely to see a very, very sharp drop. And over the course of possibly even a week or two, you're possibly likely to see a couple of months worth of movement done. And that's the danger part about looking at the markets right now. We look at the S&P 500 and we can see what? This is the weekly chart. Look at this here. This is the S&P 500 here. We have just had a very, very, very big, extraordinary quality move to the upside. So if I go from here to here, that was that move from the upside there, right? Look what's happened here recently. We've done basically what? We've done basically almost the exact same move from there to there before we end up getting a pullback. Now, as I said before, traders, that the hard thing about trading right now is that I know right now there's a lot of people saying, oh, but John, for the last week, you've been saying that the market's likely to pull back. And yes, I have. And yes, we will. The hard thing about, especially when we're in this like really strong phase right now, is when does it end? When does it end? And that's always the hardest part, right? Because you may be trying to, and if you do try to jump in right now, it's very, 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 very risky. Why? Because again, you just never know when this move is going to end. But when it does start to end, guess what? We are likely to start to see a really sharp pullback. And I believe we're getting towards the end of this move. Now, again, I don't know exactly when that move is, when that end's going to be, right? I actually started to become not bearish in the markets. As you go, like, I am overall massively bullish in the markets. I'm just calling for a pullback soon, right? So as soon as we started to get this breakout here, I started becoming maybe short-term bearish, right? Because I am short-term bearish, long-term bullish. The reason why is because I'm just calling for a pullback. And this is the thing, traders, right? Like, whenever you see a market that goes vertical like this, you have to expect that we're going to see some sort of correction, some sort of a pullback in the markets. And the market's not just going to go straight up. Okay, so if you are hoping right now this market is going to get to 6,000, because we're almost at 5,000 now, if you're hoping that we're going to get to 6,000 first, that's very, very, very risky, right? Because the reality is, for me personally, guys, it's like, I don't want to jump into I don't want to be trying to get into something that I hope, right? I'm like, no, this has a good probability of doing really well, so I'm going to do this. So we can see through here. So for me personally, guys, all I'm looking for is just a natural rhythm of the markets flowing. And that simply means a bit of a correction through here. And I still do see this, possibly a bit of a correction coming down to, what is that? Yeah, that exactly what I just did there. Because this here, right here, this line right here, as I speak, this is the middle of this year, right? So I do actually see something like this happening. This euphoria right now, guys, it's not a very good time. And the thing is that calling a top in the market is very, very hard because, like for me, as you know, for the last week I've been saying, guys, do not be getting involved with this because it's very, very, very risky, and we slowly continued going up. The danger thing about what's happening now is because we're so overextended right now to the upside, that when it does turn, as I said before, just one day can wipe out a whole week's worth of trading. You guys know that, right? So this is the middle of this year, and this line through here is indeed the end of this year. So if we're looking for if you're looking for a good trade to trade the markets, if you do believe in the bullish side, which for me personally, I do see this thing happening through here, and then possibly seeing that into 2020, and this is 2026 over here somewhere, right? So I see this type of pattern forming out through here. So if you do believe we've got a lot more upside to come, then at least wait for a really good dip, right? Because when was the best time to buy it? When the market was dipping through here. Now again, this is a weekly chart, so we don't know exactly the time, but if you're looking for really good opportunities to get into the market, as the market starts to pull back 5 or 10% correction, and we will get that, okay? We will get that over the next couple of months, maybe, through February, March, April, May, again, through here. This is the middle of this year. So this is what I'm seeing right now, okay? This is what I'm seeing right now when it comes to this market. And I do see this happening. If you're looking to get involved with this market, right? We're looking at, yes, like, let's go. If you're looking to get involved with this market, then what we want to see is that if you do want to try to buy it, don't be buying on rips, buy on dips, right? Because as you know, breathe in, the market go up, go down, go up, go down, go up, go down, go up, so the market go up and go down, right? The market doesn't just go up, 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 up. If it does go up, 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 and up, guess what ends up happening, right? That's called now a bubble in the market. So right now, for me personally, anyway, guys, I am looking to get into this market. Yes, I am, right? I actually like the Russell as well too. The Russell right now, which is fantastic because the Russell right now is probably one of the main markets that isn't overextended. It's just hovering around where it is there right now. And I'll share with you just a minute when it comes to the Russell. But when it comes to the S&P 500 and possibly even the Dow Jones, wait for, if you're looking for a much better point, then wait for correction. So you can get the whole waves, right? So I do see possibly a bit of a correction coming over the next couple of months into the middle of this year, and then a bit of a rally coming out the end of next year. And then I do see, if I look at the end of 2026, so let's actually clone you, and let's actually go to the end of this is the end of this year here. One thing I do see us getting to around about the 6,000, possibly even more, on the S&P 500. I really do see that coming. So what I see coming, guys, is I see coming from down through here, possibly a bit of a rally up to here, and then I do see something like that coming into 2026, and then we do see something like this coming through here. So the great boom short-term pullback followed by boom followed by massive crash. And I really do see this type of thing happening right through here. So the end of next year, I really do see then probably 2026, we're going to start to see that. And that's when the Fed's going to come out and go, yeehaw, grandma. Or for you guys in Australia, yeehaw, Glenn McGrath, if you guys follow the cricket here in Australia. Or even if you guys don't follow the cricket here in Australia, right? If you guys are overseas, you follow the cricket. Anyway, so that's what I do see coming, guys. I could be wrong, right? But for me personally, obviously I have my trading strategy that I trade the markets with, but I'm actually looking to go long this market, and I'm looking to go long when we start to get this here. I want to start to see things become a bit more fearful, right? You don't buy when people are greedy. What's happening right now? Greed. Right? You know the whole thing, right? Buy when people are fearful, sell when people are greedy, right? But that's hard, right? Because why? Most people who trade these markets, they're just following along what most people are doing. They have no idea about how markets work. And so right now, people are greedy, so people are buying, right? No, you buy when people are fearful, right? So wait for the dips. Wait for the dips and then sell the rips. Wait for the dips, sell the rips, okay? So that's what I'm seeing through there on the S&P 500. Let's go look at the Dow Jones. And the Dow Jones, the exact same thing. Look at this Dow Jones big breakout. Now, as I said before, what I've said all along, guys, I believe this is the start of a very big bull market, right? Even on the Dow Jones. But there will become a point in time once again we get a bit of a pullback through here, possibly a 50% pullback, really freak people out. And then I see this coming out of the Dow Jones. So guys, one of the greatest buying opportunity that we've seen is coming right now. It is coming over the next 3 to 6 months. And if we can just step back, not be trying to rush around or jump into the markets, and we know one of the characteristics of a successful investor, right, or even trader, is patience. I call it patience in and patience out. Patience out simply means wait, have patience and wait for things to set up. Sit and be okay not taking a trade for a day or two, right? A week or two, a month or two. Okay, I think there's a lot of people out there that's like, I want to trade. Right? They want to trade, and guess what ends up happening? They don't, right? Like it's so hard, because then suddenly you know yourself, right? If you've been around the markets now for a couple of years or more, then you know yourself that trying to get in and get out of these markets really quickly and stuff like that just never works, right? I've been trading the markets now for 20 years. And in that free trading course, that first thing in the description, I talk about especially video number 1, I walk you through the top 13 mistakes that I've made over the last 20 years. Also how to overcome them. I also teach you my trading system and stuff like that in that trading course below. But the traders, the whole thing about this is that, right, it's just not worth it, right? Be a patience in, patience out. Patience out is what? Just sit on, be okay. Be okay just sitting out, waiting. Why? Because if this does happen through here and you end up buying, say, some options for a couple of years, then these options could be worth 500%, 1,000%, right? So what I'm talking about here is possibly, say, a $10,000 position here worth over $100,000 in 12 to 15 months time frame. Right? Possibly even more depending on the volatility of the move. So if this does happen, or if it's a $5,000 trade through here, and depending on what option you buy, but if you buy, say you buy some out of the money, right? Out of the money options. Your $5,000, that's your maximum risk, right? If you're doing that, but that $5,000 could end up being $50,000 or $100,000 profit. You see what I'm saying here, traders? So just be smart about the way that you position yourself. Don't be trying to, oh my goodness, I'm going to load up $50,000 in this market. No, you don't need to do that. Right? You don't need to do that. All we need to do is what? Sit back, be patient. Okay, if I've got $100,000 or $50,000 and I'm going to put, maybe even $5,000 is, understanding that that's the maximum risk there, and so on and so forth, right? But the upside is there. So waiting for these amazing opportunities here, that's what it's about, right? So being patient out, and then what I call about being patient in. If this does happen and we start to get involved here, then we need to be patient while the market is playing while it's playing out, right? While the market's really sort of doing its thing. Because it takes time, right? It's not 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. It's not 1 week. It's not 1 month. So for example, like this here, this could be the middle of this year before we see the big boom. But I see from now through to at the end of 2026 being a very big move. But what does that mean overall? We go up for a while, we'll probably get a bit of a pullback, go up, bit of a pullback, up, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. That's being patient in, allowing the market to do its thing, not jumping in and jumping out, jumping in, right? Patience out, calm, relaxed, waiting for the opportunities. And then over a course of a couple months, here we go, right? Boom, and you hit it hard, right? And you hit it hard. And then guess what? And then just being patient. And then when you're in the market, let it go. And 12 months later, 15 months later, a possible $5,000 investment can be worth, $25,000, $50,000, $100,000, possibly even more, depending on your risk tolerance there, right? If you buy more out of the money options, if you're happy with risking the whole lot of, say, $5,000 as an example, if you're happy risking the whole lot of $5,000, then that potentially, if this does work out, that potentially could be worth, $50,000, it could be worth $100,000, depending on your risk tolerance. If you're not happy with that, you buy more sort of in the money options, I would say, but leap years, which are more expensive, but there's a bit more of a buffer there when it comes to that from there. Makes sense, traders? So let's get into, so that's what I see there on the Dow Jones from that point through there. I did talk about the Russell, and here's the interesting thing that I see on the Russell moving here. So this is the Russell overall. The big thing I'm noticing here with the Russell is this daily chart here, right? So we definitely are coming up through here. We come down through here, which is really awesome. If we bring up a Fibonacci tool here for the Russell, from there to there, right? This here from the Russell goes here, we've just held through here. Now we're just holding through this level around this sort of 1,960 level on the Russell here. So the really, really, really awesome thing here on the Russell is that I believe we're getting ready to have a really big move out of the Russell. I think the Russell is set the stage for quite a nice move. And so we can see through here, if I go back to the weekly charts, this is what I'm seeing through here on the weekly chart, okay? So we can definitely see that if I bring up my hooray line, so that's obviously that's that point through there. Okay, so that's that point through there. If we can sink and land. Okay, so that's that point through there. We can also see that we definitely did have a level of support and resistance all through there. And we can also see that if I clone this, we also had a support resistance through there. So roundabout, probably more through that level through, say, through there somewhere would be, so that 1,700 level. And it looks like possibly, okay, so around the 2,000. So it looks to me, let's actually check this out. So 1,000, 1,700, 1,800, 1,900, 2,000. So that's like 1, 2, 3. I wonder if, because sometimes these markets give you like different, so sometimes like if I'm looking at that level through there, what is that? 100, 200, 300 points up. So if we do 300 points up through there, it looks like this market here has given us a, look at that. So that was that last 300 there. The reason why that's important is because let's actually do it for the downside. Okay, so let's actually do it for the downside and see if there's any support or resistance through that level through there. Again, I'm just going to clone this level through here. And let's go to this level through here. And isn't that amazing, guys? Look, check out that. Check out this here. That was the support level back there. A bit of support resistance through here. Support resistance here as well too. Isn't that amazing, right? Check out that. So the reason why that's important is, why is that important? For one, look at that. So it just shows you this particular market now, roughly sort of, you know, every, what's that? What was I saying here? 1, 2, so every 300 points, looks like there's like a bit of a support resistance through there. The reason why that's important is because if we end up the reason why that's important right now is because if we do end up breaking up and into this level through here, and we end up breaking up to a new high, then we know roughly the next support resistance level is probably going to be up through here, right? And then the next support resistance is going to be up through. See, I've always had a 3,000 target. Now you know exactly how I got the 3,000 target, right? Because I do believe that once we do break this high, we're about to make a move up to 3,000 because it's just the double. We're probably going to find a bit of, I do believe we're going to see a move up towards 2,300, then a move up towards 2,600, maybe 2,700 through there. And then I do see ultimately a 3,000 target coming on the Russell from there, from that point there. So, but if I go back to the daily charts now, all right, this is the daily charts. We can actually see that this is what I'm looking at through here, right? So let's take the move. So we got this pullback through here. The reason why I'm saying this is because if we have a look at this overall market, look at this here. So we had a very strong move up, bit of a pullback, and then that's what I'm seeing through there, and then through there coming. So the Russell's the one that I'm really watching right now, because, I'm really taking a close eye on it because it's the one that hasn't moved yet. So the one that, and the reason, and the thing is that most fund managers are pretty ticked off about the Russell because Russell's done nothing for the last couple of years. I do believe we're getting ready for, you know, something quite amazing. So what would be the trigger for me? What would be the trigger? So let's go through here. So the trigger, right? The trigger for this one here would be roughly around, I can see this level through here. Now, what is this level? This level right now is at 2,000, roughly around that level. So you can see this is that resistance through here, came down, came back up, and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, 7 days around the 2,000, this level all through here. If indeed we do start to break, but if we do start to break up above this level through here, say 2,000, if we do start to get something like this, right? If we do get something like this, like a bit of a break above this level through here, and through here, then guess what? If we can get something like this, especially on the Russell, then guess what's coming out? Guess what's coming? Then I do see that that's going to be the start of that next move up to race up to all-time new highs from there. So that's a bit of an awesome point. Now, what we're getting through here, we're getting a low, and we're getting a possible higher low through here. So the market's stepping up, right? So there's possibly a really, really, really good buying opportunity coming. In fact, if I go to the 4-hour charts, right, because there could be quite something here happening on the 4-hour charts. Let's go to the 1-hour charts. Let me take off the moving average here for a minute, because that, as you can see, right, so the big time frame is stepping up. So low, higher low. I'm just looking for a possible, this could be a nice good a nice trade on a futures markets for me. And that's the reason why I'm looking at it right now. So I can see that's that point through there around that level there. Yeah. Okay. So I'm looking for a possible break above this, move up above this sort of level through here. Let's go back to here. Because what I'm doing here right now, guys, I'm actually looking for a trading opportunity. Right. I'm actually looking for a trading opportunity. So I'd really like to see this thing start to come up. Again, the 4-hour, let's go to the 15. What's the 15-minute chart look like? Yeah. Again, we're pretty flat through here. Again, because that flatness is all through, and I'm doing some live analysis right in front of you guys about what I'm actually looking for a trade. So that's that hooray through there. Let's see if I can bring up. So that's that level through there. Look at that level. Look at it squeezing up, right? The squeeze up through here, guys. Oh, that looks quite nice, guys. Tell you what, traders, there's something happening. Tell you what if you guys have watched this. Give me Russell King. Put in the chat box Russell King if you've watched this market so far, because I'm literally giving you a trade idea right now that it's not confirmed yet, but if we do start to get a break above 2020, this actually could be a nice trading opportunity. Most people wouldn't have watched this far. Probably at least maybe 30% of you have, but the rest haven't. So the rest have missed out on this trading opportunity right now. So we can see that through there compressing up. But again, we have this low and we have this higher low and we have this major resistance all through here. Again, possibly the resistance is possibly even up through there somewhere, maybe. Yeah, so through there. So that's what I'm looking at. Look at that low, higher low. This is actually looking quite nice, guys. This is live on the spot, of course. But this is actually looking quite nice. If we look at the, yeah, look at that, guys. Ooh, the Russell, guys. The Russell is definitely stepping up nicely. So we could be getting ready for a nice move out of this one here, guys. I know I'm spending a bit of time on this one, but I'm just doing some live analysis now. And so therefore, once again, where is it likely to go to if it does start to move? What do they do? 300 points, right? Ooh, look at that. So we do have a little bit of short-term resistance around the 2,100 level. But once we break here, guys, we're probably going to make a really, really, really nice move up. From this level here. Wow, that looks nice. Look at this here. Big, strong upward trend. Low, higher low. And then back through there. So if we get some sort of strong bar breaking through here, guys, we need some sort of strong bar breaking through here. Right, if we get something like that happening, then the Russell is probably going to go for a screaming move, guys. When it comes to the Russell, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because once again, this actually could be a really nice futures trade for me. Just looking at this level. Anyway, guys, I know I spent a bit of time on that one there, but keep an eye on the Russell, guys. That's what's happening through there. Anyway, so that's the trade idea for you guys. Let's go look at gold. Gold. So what's happening with gold right now? So gold is amazing. Low. We're still developing this higher low, and we're still developing this higher low through here. So gold still, guys, to me, once again, like gold is one of those markets that if we get something like this happening, guys, like something like that, I do believe gold is getting ready for a really, really, really big move to come out of these markets. So we really need to be keeping a close eye on this. The two main markets I'm watching right now, as you probably can tell, there's actually, as you can tell, traders, right? Like, what am I doing right here? I'm sharing with you, like, on the S&P, I want to go long the S&P. Right, so what am I looking for? I'm looking for a really good pullback. The Russell actually hasn't had a big move yet, so it's probably getting ready for a really big move. Okay, we can start to develop and adapt and start to take advantage of these amazing trading opportunities that can just absolutely crush it for you and me. And we can hire a private yacht and go have some fun. Right, so low, high, low, high, low. If we do break above this level through here, traders, I definitely do see that we're probably likely to see. And so someone actually said in the chat box below, John, you said the market's going to break up. No, I don't know it's going to break up, but if we do, we need to wait for confirmation, right? A confirmation is this, is that if we do get something like this here, like a break up above like that there, then guess what? That tells me now that we have confirmation of our probability. No certainties, right, guys? No certainties. Look at this here. What is that? 5533. Interesting. I see numbers everywhere. So we can see that through there. Let's go look at silver. Silver right now, guys, is silver no good, right? Silver no good right now anyway. But let me show you this weekly chart over here. So that's the daily chart I was looking at a minute ago. This is the weekly chart here on silver. And once again, guys, the big picture here with silver, this is the weekly chart here. The big picture I see with silver is that if we do start to hold and start to break out, oh my goodness. So traders, there's a lot of them, as you can see, right? So S&P, Dow, wait for good pullback. There's amazing buying opportunities are coming on the Russell and the Dow, right? Just be patient. Don't be FOMOing into the Russell, into the Dow and the S&P, right? Russell right now, it hasn't made a big move yet. We've done nothing for the last 3-4 years. Everyone doesn't want anything to do with the Russell right now. It's probably a good time to look at the Russell right now. We're starting to develop some really good price action when it comes to the Russell. So look for that because there's some amazing buying opportunities that are coming just around the corner for you. So be prepared, be ready because it is coming, right? Now we got to look at gold. We can see what's gold doing. Gold's good, possibly getting a breakout, as we talked about here before. So gold could possibly get me ready for a breakout, moving from there, and same for silver, right? Silver, again, short term, it's a bit of a Mickey, right? Mickey, right? Or should I say Mickey as in like mixed signals, right? We're not short term, we're not really sure. There's nothing going on here, but the overall pattern is developing what? This overall pattern is developing this here. What does that mean? If we start to get something like that, guys, get ready, right? So as I said before, remember I said before, patience in, patience out. Patience in, patience out. Remember I said before? So the patience in, patience out is what? We're just waiting here. You may have to wait. Now, let me ask you a question. If silver does spend another 3 months going sideways and then we eventually get a breakout, we get something like that, and you do go buy some call options. Say you buy some call options here for a couple of years, it costs you $5,000, right? And you get in there. And then 6 months later, that $5,000 investment's now worth $25,000, $50,000. Was it worth being patient? See what I'm saying here, guys? Just be patient. Just be patient because these opportunities are coming. They're all over the place right now, all right? And I'm trying to give you the lay of the land of these opportunities so if we can sit back, not trade a lot, because you guys know if you trade a lot, guess what ends up happening? You make most decisions, you end up losing money, you end up going backwards, you revenge trade, the broker makes money, you lose money, and then you want to quit. Right? Did I just spell your last couple of years trading? Guys, I've been trading the markets for 20 years, right? I understand it. And that's why, like, for me, guys, it's like, I don't care what the market's doing right now. I don't care the market's going up and FOMO and stuff like that. No. I've been there. I've done that. I got the t-shirt, right? In fact, I have a 10-mile beach, right? And along that 10-mile beach is all these hangers. And these hangers are full of shirts. And it says, John, you're an idiot. Right? That was in the past. Now I'm just like, I don't touch that, right? So if we go look at, say, some of the things like individual stocks, guys, look at this here. So if we look at Nvidia, like look at Nvidia. Nvidia is just straight up, right? Just absolutely straight up. Now, once again, guys, look at Nvidia. So this Nvidia here is probably getting towards the end of a move. You don't know when it's going to be. Same things like, and the same thing for, what was that, Meta? Like, guys, be smart. Remember I said before, right? It's like the same for the Russell, same for the Dow and the S&P. Wait for a really good pullback. You want to be buying these tech stocks. Don't be FOMOing into the markets. Why? Because natural laws of how all markets work is that after a period of time of going up, you're going to get what? You're either going to get something like that or you're going to get something like this. So I would not be doing this, right? The last time that Meta did this was actually on the downside, and it was the end of the down move. Down, big gap down, big reversal. Big gap up. I wonder what's coming now, right? So it seems like to be these are major bottoming patterns, big gap down. And remember here, right? Isn't it amazing? Like just down here, oh my goodness, Meta lost $100 billion on the metaverse and this and that, and it's so bad, and don't touch. Now everyone's like, you should be touching Meta because it's the AI. And now you want to run away from it, right? So for me personally, guys, have you noticed that I haven't talked about anything about the AI? Why? Because that train is done and dusted. Everyone knows about the AI. Let's leave that alone, right? No one's talking about Russell. Ooh, that's the market I want to be in, right? Russell. No one's talking about gold. Oh, gold. It's like, ooh. You see gold, right? So that's what I'm seeing through there, guys. Let's go look at the mining sector as well too. Now, when it comes down to the mining sector, let's have a look at the short-term analysis, guys. Absolute short-term analysis. It's not looking good. Not looking good, right? We had a low, high, low, high, low. And now, and I know some of you guys are going to say, John, how do you have a bullish scenario for gold and a bearish scenario for the gold mining sector? You are doing your head in right now. Because look at this here. The last 1 year, right? The last 1 year of data on the mining sector looks nothing like the gold market. So don't try to correlate them. But they're correlated. And if gold goes up, then the mining sector is going to go up. Really? Is that the truth, or is that just what you heard and you're just rejuvenating some other BS that someone else said to you on YouTube? Because guess what? They have no idea as well too, right? Why? Because let's look at the truth. Don't listen to me. Does the mining sector look anything like what gold's doing? No, gold is about to break up to all-time new highs. Mining sector is nowhere near even its lows right now. Oh, interesting, right? So short-term analysis, I'm not too quite sure, guys. It's actually looking quite bearish right now. We're getting a bit of a slow little sort of bear flag formation here. But on the big picture, especially on that GDXJ chart, right? GDXJ. The big picture. This is where it gets really awesome, guys. The big picture. This is the GDXJ here. I see, guys, that once we start to really break out of this level through here, and for me, guys, I see like a bit of a long-term trend line coming down through here. So let me actually bring this up through here. Right through there and right. Oh, look at that. Right through there, right? So that'll be that level through there. Why is this line important? Oh, because once we start to break above here, it's actually showing us what? It's showing us that this level all through here, possibly even a bit lower, right? Probably through there, right? Yeah, so through there. Why is that important? Why? Because look at this. Bounce once, bounce twice. This is a weekly chart, by the way, guys. That level through there. Why is that important? Because once we start to really, if we can hold here, by the way, if we can hold here and develop some sort of higher low, right? So let's go back. Let's actually do this here. So let me sync in layout. Let me sync in layout. We've got a bit of a deep market update for you today, guys. There you go. Look at this guy. Look at me. Look at me go. Having a whole bunch of fun in this market update. I love trading, guys. There's so many opportunities, guys. Traders, as you can see, right? There's so many amazing opportunities out there right now on all these different markets. We just got to understand where they're at. Why would you chase the S&P 500 right now when the Russell hasn't made a big move yet? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's look at other markets out there that are like that sneaky that no one's talking about. Everyone's talking about the AI and the tech sector and the stock market making all-time new highs. No one's talking about Russell. Ooh, that's the market I want to be at, right? So we can see this is a low here. Let's have a look at this. So we have this a low here. If this is some sort of a high low, if we can hold here on the short term, right? If we can hold here on this weekly chart and we start to make a move up, that's that previous high through there, right? That's that previous high, about 40. If we get something like that and we start to break above 40, guess what's likely to come? Traders, hello. Remember I said patience out, guys? Remember I said before about patience out? Let's be patient out of the market. As in, what does that mean? Be okay not taking a trade for a week or two or for a month or two, right? Be okay with not doing that. Step aside, waity, boom, hit it hard. Really good year, right? Because again, guys, if you put, say, $5,000 on a couple of these trades, if these trades do work out and they do make $25,000, $50,000, how many of those do you actually need to do a six-figure income this year, right? And now for you guys that likely to step it up a lot more like where I'm at right now, and possibly do a lot more, 30, 40, 50,000, guess what? You could have a seven-figure year this year, right? See what I'm saying here, guys? There's so many amazing opportunities out there. But let's just watch this here, because if that does happen, once again, let's squeeze my charts up. Let's squeeze my charts up through here. This is the right chart. This is that daily chart to the right. Weekly chart to the left. Actually, I'll just bring up the weekly chart because that's that chart I'm looking at. Look at this here, guys. Look at this. Oh, look at that. Actually, let's look at the GDX. So that's the gold miners. There's definitely a level through there, isn't there? So that's that short-term level. Oh, so that's that overall level. Yeah. Once we start to break above that level there, I would say. And let's sync in layout for a minute. And then what I want to do is I want to do like another short-term. Now, this is what I'm starting to build a bit of a picture here right now. Okay, so what am I drawing here? And then also we're drawing, and then also we're getting what? We're possibly getting something like this happening right now. All right, so this is what's possibly happening right now. So what does this overall mean? Okay, so what I see happening here is this. Is that if we can hold here once again, if this is going to be a low, and this is going to be some sort of a high low, and we break up and out of this level through here, then we could quite possibly start to see on the mining sector. I'm not saying this is going to happen, guys, but we could quite possibly hold here, have a bit of a rally out, maybe come back, test this line, come back up to here, pause, and then break, and then really big move, right? Really, really, really big move. So that could quite possibly happen right now. I'm not saying that's definitely going to happen, guys, right? So don't go out there and say, John said that the mining sector is going to go up. No, we could do something like this, guys, and then the pattern's done, and then the pattern is no longer there, right? So that's what I'm looking at through there. So I hope this helped you out there today, traders. As you can see, that everything I'm talking about here, you know, especially like with that free trading course I'm giving away, guys, there's a lot of things to these markets out there when it comes down to patience in, patience out, identification, no FOMO, stuff like that. These are the things that's really going to, help you when it comes to your trading overall, guys. And as you know, like if we can have such an amazing year this year, right? We all can. One of the biggest things is what? Patience. Try to slow yourself down. And one of the biggest things about being a trader is what? Being able to be self-observing of what's coming up for you. If you're like, oh, I better get in now, because I'm going to miss out, right? And you're like going to miss out on the big move. So I better get in on the S&P. It's going, it's not stopping, right? What is that? That's emotion, right? Or there's some people like, I better get in now before the market crashes, right? That's also FOMO. See how that even though I'm expecting a pullback out of the stock market, like I've got it wrong for the last week with the stock market, but it will come, right? So therefore, as you can see, I'm not buying the stock market. I mean the S&P or Dow, all short now because I don't know when this market's going to end. Why would I do that? Why would I do that when I can go to the good old Russell, which is shaping up right now to be potentially a beautiful, beautiful entry point for the next 1 to 2 years?